Previously on Eglass Angels, Presta was dead, killed by a horrible creature in a cavern deep below ground. Our adventurers managed to flee, but down a person and horribly injured. Will they be able to survive? You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is the return to Eglass Angels, episode 151, posted September 2018. Hello from the Tragic Cavern.
You are deep under the temple of the howling hatred in a catacomb of caverns. You have encountered.
Is there a cacophony in the catacomb of caverns that we've encountered?
There is a corpse, but no cacophony. You met Nikoloth.
Too soon, Scott.
I'm sorry, Nikoloth, who was difficult, but the difficulty was raised when 4 specters also appeared at the same time, taking some people's hit points away permanently. Not so permanently, but it turned out to be permanently when brave Presta was cleaved in half by Nikoloth, who got away with it because he teleported away, and Carlos decided not to run after him. After Carlos saw that 3 Nikoloths were waiting for him in the room, and the rest of you decided maybe we should go, and that's where we left it. And you are where you are on the map now.
Oh boy!
So what would you like to do? I could describe the room.
I never got a firm answer on whether or not I can eat the rest of Presta either, so I'm bummed out. I mean, it's an homage more than anything else. Right?
Amlal is looking sort of shell-shocked, and he's trying to reassemble her.
Yeah, Amlal's like, how is it not me who is dead?
No, it goes the other way.
Oh boy, elves are tricky.
Yeah.
But delicious.
Oh.
All right, we've got to get out of here and rest.
We have to flee.
Yeah, we gotta fled. Where are we going?
Fled to Cled?
No, don't go back to Cled.
We're not welcome there.
We're not welcome there.
I'd rather be here than Cled.
Well, let's see. We've
Screw
got
on the whole, I'd rather be in Philadelphia.
We've
Where
got
Scott is.
a murderous windstorm thing. We've got a mysterious ice location, which also
stuck
seems
between
creepy.
the old saying, stuck between the mysterious wind thing and the ice location.
Yes, I don't know. There's wind and ice. It's as if they're elements. Is ice an element? It's water. Let's just say, yeah.
That
sure.
actually is the national motto of Greenland.
Is ice an element? That's their national motto.
Not enough countries have mottos that are a question. Like it's
I'm just saying there are places. There are some unexplored places, and there's some places that we've explored that look bad. So I'm not quite sure which is worse.
Yeah,
There are a lot of unexplored places.
Is there any place we can hole up for, 6 hours? Jesus. Oh.
8 hours?
Is anyone sneaky? Can they go check out what's happening down south of kind of this large cavern?
Isn't that where the Nicolopses were?
They
Nicolops?
were over here.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm talking in the N5. It's labeled on the map N5.
N5.
Southwest, not southeast. Southeast, is
right?
super
Yeah,
bad. We all agree southeast. We're not. That's out.
No,
right.
and there's like a little pocket here, but that seems a little bit too close for comfort for me.
Well, I can sneak down there and take a look.
All
I don't
right.
even need light.
That's true. That is true. Oh, it's all very dark. So if you have people who don't have dark vision, you have a torch, I think. But yes.
Yep.
So give me a stealth check. Good old Kachka, if you want.
How I hate her. Mm-hmm. Not so good. That's 3 plus 5 for 8.
All right. So everybody hears you walk down into the rest of the cave, but you leave the pool of light, and those who do not have dark vision can no longer see you. And I assume you're going to walk down south to the west.
I'm going to head right over to I don't know how far south I can go before
There's a
something
giant
horrible
glowing
happens to
orb
me.
that says N5.
Let me walk over to here so I can see what's down south without necessarily getting too close to it.
5, 6. What is your dark vision range? 30 feet?
I think it's
60 feet?
60. It's 60 feet, as if in dim light.
10,
But I can't discern
12.
color, so...
That is correct.
So it's going to look like an old rerun down there.
You get one more square revealed from where you're standing.
Great. Let me take a few steps south then.
Let us know if you see like an inviting campsite, maybe a nice simmering pot of
Tavern?
stew.
All right, so-
Maybe a tavern
Yeah.
down there?
Yeah.
I see more cavern.
You see more cavern,
no,
and you
tavern, I
see
said
you see see like the edge of a chasm. You think.
Hello from the tragic cavern.
Okay.
I think I see the... Well, let me get a little closer then. Closer still.
Closer still. All right. I will read what you see.
There's a big old hole in the ground.
It's
There
not going to
is.
be good. There's nothing good in this. We're in the basement of an evil temple. Nothing
Guys,
good
I
happens.
think
down
we're
here.
in the bad place.
Yeah. Remember when we thought jumping down this pit? I feel like we collectively all own that failure.
So you see, the floor turns into a chasm that you can see. It's about 20 feet across. You can't see into it because you're not close enough to look into it, but there is a chasm there. And then you see the tunnel continues.
All right, so I will relay that back via telepathy to my party members, and they can discuss amongst themselves whether they want to join me. But I think I don't see anything trying to kill us down here. Chasm hasn't made an attack yet.
You see nothing.
Yet.
Kachka, how do you feel about checking out if that passageway to your southeast there totally loops back into the horrible cave that we don't have to go to?
It kind of looks like it's heading that way, but I will
Yeah.
go a little closer.
Don't be shy.
To say, about here.
All
Just
right.
cozy right up to it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, like, for example, is that chasm chocked with bodies? Like, that would be, you know.
That chasm is so Ketcher, you're close enough now that you can see that it is full of bodies. No, it is a chasm that you still cannot determine how deep it is because the bottom is obscured with a thick layer of fog.
How deep it is. Okay. Does it look like this passage ends to the southeast? Or do I need to get closer to find out?
On the other side of the chasm, you see more passageway, and you see to the southeast. The passage continues and turns up.
All right.
It turns up?
North.
Turns north.
Oh, it turns north. Okay. Huh.
Thank you,
Well,
Dan. Dan will be my translator for this evening.
You all live.
that is a misinterpretation.
Taking some liberties.
I'm going to kind of skirt the wall and try and stay away from the chasm and get a little bit closer down the hall here so I can see where the passageway turns to.
A little bit closer.
And he walked on down the hall. Oh,
Yep.
no, that's not... no.
And you could see
Carlos? Yes, son.
that
I want to run and hit you.
It is another small area. There's nothing in it.
It does appear to
I
me...
feel like he's baiting you into going around that corner.
No, it does
I'm just
appear to me
describing
that
what you
that,
see. There's nothing in it.
based on my knowledge of the map and where we've been so far, it certainly appears that reconnects with the badder place.
If there were a
yes.
wall there, that seems like a pretty decent place to hold up. But if there's not, it's a really bad place.
I mean, if there's enough corpses in that chasm, we could make a wall.
Where, Scott, where did I, when I went into
know.
there, where did I see the Nakaloths?
You saw them when you went into the room. They were pretty far south.
How far
Probably
did
pretty close
I
to where I'm
see?
standing right now.
Well, I cannot answer that question because Carlos doesn't have that information.
Okay, because I couldn't see further down.
Well, you're not seeing what Ketchka is seeing, but if you were, you still would it would be impossible to figure out.
I couldn't measure the distance. I have
you-
two
you-
eyes.
That is true. Are you?
But not dark vision.
When I didn't have
Oh,
dark
that's
vision.
also
I was looking down, and you said, "I'm just curious because I saw them. I'm wondering where they were when I saw them. How
You
far
saw
away?"
How far away they were? So they were. That's a different question.
I was.
So they were
where was-
60 feet
from where
from where you were
which
standing.
was where here.
Yes, and they were
Okay.
60 feet south.
Oh, they're like down here, down, off the map. That way. So
Sure.
No.
right? I don't know.
No.
Or is
that's
the
not
little squares, the big squares?
The little squares.
Oh.
I think.
The little squares are 5
Okay, well
feet.
then they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
down here. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm sort of looping
Very,
around
very
to the south
close.
of them right now, and
Yeah.
probably don't want to get any closer. So it's either we leap over the chasm, which I can do. I have a very nice horizontal leap.
Oh, I
For
should-
you.
I should tell you when you were looking at the chasm that it appears as though the walls were rough, but they are easily climbable.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
All right. Well, just for
Maybe
the heck
we
of it,
wanna
I'm
hang
going
out in
to
the castle.
I'm going to carefully approach the chasm. Checking for any sign that winds or something might be trying to pull me in.
Well, remember, that's a good point, that winds are just whipping up all over the place under here randomly. Nothing. Well, Ketchka, you only maybe 10 minutes ago were nearly killed by wind that knocked you in the throne room, so you might be a little skittish around wind. But,
Yes.
but nothing like that. No wind seems to be picking you up and slamming you on the floor.
All
Yes.
right. So I'm going to go have a look over the chasm as a last action down here in this southern cavern.
Like, hey, before you die, or
Last action bug.
Let's find
so
out.
You are going to. You're just looking, or you're going?
I'm
to
just
climb
looking
down?
to see how deep it is.
So how are you
whether
going to try and
there's
figure out how deep?
whether
it
there are
is?
bodies we can stack
So it seems
for whatever
so.
purpose.
10 feet down into the chasm, fog starts, and you can't see. Now, it's kind of roiling fog, right? So you could see that it goes further, the chasm goes further down. You could see a little bit of, every once in a while, another piece of a wall is revealed as the fog is shifting about.
Yeah. Why are you waving your hand in front of my face?
Reference acknowledged.
All right. I'm going to march back to the group and report any of the
Okay.
findings that I haven't already reported telepathically. Let
Very
them know it looks like it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of options there unless we want to go across a roiling fog-filled chasm.
yeah, the ice lake seems somehow better than the roiling fog-filled chasm.
Yeah.
Now, who knows? The ice lake may rejoin that passageway on the other
We
side.
don't.
Of
I
the
mean,
chasm.
yeah, ice is really unknown to us, right?
Yeah, that
I mean,
seems magical and creepy to me. But
Yeah,
Which
we
one?
didn't our friend just get cut in half by a demon?
it's true.
Yes. Friend may be a strong word.
None of us have ever been cut in half by ice.
Oh,
So
that is
far.
true.
Not yet, anyway.
There's a first
Tony
time
will
for everything.
figure out a way to drown in it, more than likely.
I guess there's still time.
You know what?
Well-
I didn't have swimming lessons as a child, and I don't think Katsuka did either. So,
And
As
yet,
a
I have
hundred.
yet to nearly drown in a.
Well, let's go to the lake and
6
solve
foot
that.
deep
I got
pool of
one
water.
spell
Here.
slot left, friend.
And I will remind you that you also, the other room that you've been in, so there's the ice lake, there is the fog chasm, there is the demon room that also...
My
as you'll-
band has played at all these things.
Oh god, this is
Then
the worst
there's
Airbnb I've ever been
Adventureland.
to.
As you remember also that there were people hanging in hooks in the room with the demon that he was clearly torturing, although one of them has been destroyed by a fireball.
Are you trying to put us off or
wonder how
entice
that
us?
happened.
I can't figure out.
I'm just explaining where you've been. The room you're in now has a bunch of corpses in it, and kind of the ruined remains of it looks like a settlement of some kind. And you also remember in N8, there were these stalactites and stalagmites, and wind was going through it, and some people heard creepy voices.
Right.
And creepy voices can't hurt you as much as a demon, right? Right?
And I seem to recall that cyclone in the one room descended only on Shara because she'd been marked in some way before she got
Oh,
lost.
correct. That's right. So when you came in through the hole, you landed in a room that was full of gore and a cyclone that ignored you for the most part.
Do we want to? Yeah, so we still have, over in the stalactite realm, we still have a passage we haven't explored. You think that's better or worse than the ice?
Creepy voices.
Let's.
I mean, frozen water seems like about the creepiest thing you could find on Athens.
Mhm.
The only thing I like about the ice room is that it is furthest from this room.
And it's cold.
Excellent point.
Make a little cocktail. Chip off some ice.
Yeah.
It's
The
appropriate.
official Dark Sun cocktail, ice and sand.
Sand.
What is
yes.
the best of these bad choices? Is my
Yeah.
I mean, unless someone's got a strong opinion, maybe we should flip a coin.
What do you mean? Roll a d2, Dan?
I was speaking in character.
I see.
Ooh.
Me flip gold coin.
What would you like to do?
Eggclath flips the coin, says it's heads. We all look at each other like, well, what does that mean? And shrug.
Sounds about right. Story checks
Who's
out.
Egglath?
Oh,
Also,
sorry.
Presta's body is
wall.
still there. You
Pancakes.
could loot the body if you want.
Oh,
How many pieces is her body in? Not to
Just
get
two.
gory.
2.
All right.
Well, we should take her stuff.
Should we take her remains and find a place to bury her? I don't know. I feel weird about this.
well, we could put her on ice for now.
Ooh.
Oh.
Or on fog.
Then there would be at least one body in that chasm.
Hey, we have a start for our corpse stack at least.
So, Presta certainly had a +1 scimitar that someone might want to keep. I think Carlos has
Yeah,
it
I
right
did
now.
paste all of my crap into the shared journal, so
Ah.
it's all there. There's also the griffin figurine and one of the sending stones, and yeah, there's some stuff. But I have washed my hands
All
of
right.
it, so
Well, we take that stuff.
All right. Well, you have that stuff.
Is the scimitar only 0.5 now?
It was
It
not.
was
cut in
not
half.
cut in
Wow.
half. All right. Heads, we go to the ice. Tails, we go to
I take the whistle to remind myself of Presta.
yeah, there you go, my fiddle flute.
Aw.
Heads,
it's
heads
like
we
a
go to the
Mexican
ice.
flute.
Tails, we go to the creepy wind. 1 is heads. 2 is wind.
I'm just for creepy.
It's
wind,
wind.
personally.
Creepy wind
Two.
wins.
Wind, yay.
No,
Tails.
we should consider that so far all of the air-related things have tried to kill us. None of the water-related things down here have tried to kill us yet.
Except for
Didn't
Ragnar.
we
Except
fight an
for-
octopus?
Yeah.
That wasn't here
Yeah, that's
though.
true.
That's true. That was a
Okay.
different
Just
temple.
in general.
All right.
I don't
Umlal, having been told, is going to something about creepy wind, is going to start walking in that direction.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Carlos too.
Well, I don't
Alright,
trust Carlos, so I follow Carlos.
Regdar suddenly realizes he's standing in this horrible room by himself and scampers after you.
Bye, Presta, and other half of
Oh.
Presta.
I have deleted Presta.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Oh,
I'm sorry.
My heart.
Jeez.
You've been deleted.
Deleted. So I will.
We
tell
will do
you
our
what
best
you
to
see.
do something slightly more respectful with your corpse if we survive this.
Wind rushes through
Otherwise,
this
we maybe just be
curving natural passage and off into the darkness beyond, howling in a changing pitch as it feeds through the alcoves and fissures of faraway caves. So it cycles through kind of, some people are hearing whispers, sometimes you hear people just kind of screaming. So what I'm trying to tell you is this is not a place that you can rest in.
Ah.
All right. Can I see what's around this corner?
Yes, wind blows through this weird stalagmite garden. The rock formations are smooth and contoured, their natural forms weathered to be chaotic and abstract.
Good times.
You think
Yep.
as you're looking through, you catch a glimpse of a stalactite that looks eerily like Presta screaming in pain.
No.
Nice. All right.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right.
It says that in the
so
adventure.
So
Ice.
ice is nice.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait, it looks like this tunnel continues down to the southeast, right?
Yep. It does.
Yes,
look
it
like
does.
continues.
Mhm.
We can,
Do you want to keep going?
you know, yes.
All right.
I'm going to make an executive decision.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, where are you going?
South.
Okay. So, how are you doing this?
It's not good when he
Never
asks
mind. Very carefully.
Very
that. Successfully?
All right. So, where are you going?
To the southeast through that
To the
passageway?
southeast. All right. So you continue down through the southeast. You come across
Creepy
what is this,
stalactites.
And a fissure?
several windy tunnels meet at another chasm. Ledges along the cavern walls create natural footpaths above the abyss.
Yeah, that sounds like
Oh.
a great footpath to take.
Are you telling me that this would be a great place to camp right here next to the abyss?
Sure.
I mean, there's only a couple places they could come at us, like out of the abyss.
The abyss.
You also see the tunnel continues to the south.
Is it? There's like green stuff down there?
You see those appear to be mushrooms.
Oh,
Oh
no.
God! Run away! Run away!
So
Is there a thing he could say that would not inspire fear?
you see a room full of mushrooms and a Nikoloth eating mushrooms.
Nope. Goodbye.
It looks up.
Nope. Goodbye. Nope. Nope.
We just we're moving backwards.
Here.
Nope.
So here's a thought. We don't know how deep that fog roiling chasm is, but if we were to be
It's
able
got
to
to be
get,
better than that.
if we can reach the bottom of the fog roiling chasm, we're hidden from sight down there by the
We
roiling
could
fog.
jump down the abyss. We already jumped down one pit to get to this place. Let's find out what the basement of
See
this
how
place
deep
is like.
how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott, do you have another adventure that takes place below this horrible place?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't toss a coin down to see how deep that went, but if we're in roiling fog, we can't be seen down there, so that might be the.
Yes, our corpses could never be seen in roiling fog.
Well, that's just as well. I don't want people seeing my corpse anyway.
Yeah, don't look at my corpse.
All right. So ice.
Oh God.
I'm open to other
Yeah,
suggestions,
no,
but we
it's-
are kind of
this-
low on places to go.
You know what? I think we've learned a lot about jumping down pits.
Yeah, so you're proposing that we would like, does somebody have like Featherfall or something that we would just go down?
I think we have to
In
throw
the bottomless
something
pit?
down before we just jump down there.
He made a point of saying the walls are rough, so maybe it's possible to climb down. But we could at least go find out how deep it is,
Mm-hmm.
and from there decide whether we want to take the ice or maybe see if we can scuttle down to the bottom of the chasm.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Back to the fog
Run
chasm.
away!
All right, so you all go to the fog chasm, and you ascertain. I assume you're gonna take a moment to look and see.
I throw a rock down it.
Okay, you throw a rock down. You listen, and it hits the bottom. You give me an intelligence check.
Sure. This is gonna go great. 11.
Presta should probably roll. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she should.
You are pretty sure it has a bottom. It is. I mean, it's difficult to guess.
And it's down there.
There's
somewhere.
wind going on. You are certain it's not bottomless, which is an improvement.
All right.
You're-
More or less than 10 seconds.
Can I do a check too, since I'm standing
Let's
here?
see. Sure.
All right. That's only a 9, so never mind.
You would guess it's somewhere between
I'll know no difference between distances and
50 and 80 feet deep.
Okay.
And do you have any more of those handy
I'm sure there are pillows at the bottom. By the way.
Featherfall spells in your batch of bag of tricks?
And there are. You look. The walls are pretty rough, and you feel like they are pretty easy to climb.
Okay. Could yeah, like with it.
I got one feather felt
I've got an explorer's kit. Can I kind of like
or other level.
All right, so
Explore.
tie a rope to me. I'll scuttle down, and you guys just hold on in case I slip and fall.
Okay.
All right, and since you have a rope tied on you, I will give you advantage on this athletics check.
Okay.
Now you need to get a 10
All right.
because it's not that hard.
Good God, it's a 9.
You have advantage.
With advantage,
Roll again.
Sorry. I'll do it again.
Roll better.
and this is.
Hey, guess what? That's a 9.
Oh dear. Do you have 0 athletics? Do you have any pluses?
No, I have +2, and that's
Oh.
with the +2.
Oh.
That was a real roller coaster.
All right. Well, so Ketchka lowers herself down. You've tied the rope. Carlos and Umlal are holding it as the stoutest, strongest members of the group. Ketchka says, "I'll be right back." And just as she says that, one of her feet slips and she falls backwards. But Carlos and Umlal are quick enough that they pull her back up. So you're still at the top.
Me not lose another companion today.
So do we have anybody who has good athletics?
Yes. I
Carlos
have
has very
Uh-huh.
good
I have
athletics.
8.
I do also have 8.
All right,
Yeah.
change of plans.
Excellent.
All right. Well, maybe we'll lower down Carlos since he's lighter than the half giant.
That would
fair.
seem reasonable.
All right. Do I get advantage on this?
Yes. Now, when you say lower down, you just mean that he's going to climb. You're not actually lowering.
Oh yeah,
him.
well,
Okay.
climbing down, right? But the rope is there to
I'm
protect me,
belaying
right?
him, and he is climbing down.
All right. Don't belabor it.
Okay, well that's no good. That's 11 actually.
An 11. All you need is a 10. So, Carlos,
You need to roll a 2 or better.
you successfully.
I rolled a 3, so that's great.
Good job.
You have successfully.
And then I rolled a 16, so it's fine.
So it's a 50-foot climb, and so that will take. I don't
The
know.
fog doesn't like eat off his skin or anything.
The
like
fog
that?
does not eat off his skin.
Don't be helpful.
I like how you. Wow, Erica's the.
Don't give him ideas.
That
Erica,
is a
you've
good
just been
question.
promoted to dungeon master.
Carlos needs to exfoliate. I think.
Chemical
and,
peel.
you get to the bottom of the chasm.
What's down there?
Rocks.
Good story.
Is it like a layer of fog and he can see underneath, or is the bottom
It
completely
is
fog coated?
full of fog. It's very foggy down there.
So you're suggesting this chasm has a foggy bottom?
I am not suggesting that.
Is it? Does it? Well, can Kachka receive thoughts from me or only relay them?
I can only relay, I believe.
All right.
You can
Well,
yell.
Well, it's
Wait,
just
we gave him
communicates
one of the sending
telepathically.
stones.
I climb back up.
Just
and
drop
and
the
report.
other sending stone down in his head.
Find this random rock.
All right, give me a
catch.
climb check to climb back up with advantage.
18.
All right, you climb back up. Carlos scuttles back up.
Yep. And I say, "There's rocks down there."
Beware.
So, Scott, was it? Did it look like a place where one could sleep hidden in fog, or does it look? Did anything else weird about it, or did it look uncomfortable? What do you think it looked like?
What do I think it looked like? It looks like the bottom of a
Give
chasm.
us your interpretation.
You slept in worse places.
Oh, okay.
And he means you, Jason.
And knowing Carlos, that is saying
Yeah,
something.
Jason, you've slept at Dan's house, right?
I have,
I do leave rocks all over.
Wow.
and Steve's house. So yeah.
It's weird.
So yeah, you think you could set up camp down there?
I think we should do that.
So yeah, maybe we all try to scuttle down there and raid
right,
our keeps of
I will
Featherfall.
belay
you.
Oh, but we're gonna
I'll belay you all down, and I'll climb down myself. I think I can do it.
Yeah, everybody climbs down. It's fine.
good deal.
Yay! All right.
Oh, you're sparing us the exciting rolling of athletics
I,
checks.
I am. It's so easy that
Yeah.
it's fine.
And you do.
And you do.
All right. Well, then are we gonna take a rest down here?
So as you're setting up your camp, the chasm fills with a very strong wind, and your torches are extinguished.
Oh boy.
We couldn't see anyway; it was too foggy.
I don't like to sleep when it's light out, so it's fine.
Yeah. Night, everybody.
Well, anybody have a magical light they can bust out? I mean, those winds wouldn't put those out.
I cast light. It's a cantrip.
It is very lightful now.
Oh, me no sleeping light.
Still very foggy. Very foggy.
I cast night light.
Oh. I feel very comforted.
So the wind lasts for
Umlaut
about a
curls
minute,
up into the fetal position and sucks his thumb.
and it dies down.
All right. Well, so
Okay.
we organize a watch, basically a rotating watch, so that everybody gets a chance to keep.
You know, I think Carlos can keep watch because other than that, he doesn't have night vision, but there's the nightlight down there because Carlos is fine. Carlos doesn't actually need to rest right now.
Okay. I mean,
And
it doesn't matter.
well-
You can
All right.
we can each keep 2 hours of watch, and that fulfills our rest.
Okay.
I would note
capability.
again that I'm technically sleepless, so
I'll
So
Does this?
as you're
He does
you're-
this every time,
Anyway.
listeners.
as you are setting up camp, about 3 minutes after that wind, so you haven't done much, the chasm fills with this very loud thunder.
Oh, boy.
And everyone must make
Yeah.
a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution, you
man.
say?
Yes.
You said 15, not what the number I got.
Yes. Lower than a 15 is bad.
Okay, well I got a 1.
That's bad. All right. So if whoever got lower than a 15 or well, no, if you got a 15, it's okay. So this thunder is just kind of filling this cave. It's deafening if you have failed the saving throw. So you are deafened, and if you failed, you also take 9 points of thunder damage as this thunder just reverberates through the chasm for about a minute.
Can Regdar tell you about the time that he almost died while sleeping?
I knew that climbing down here was too easy.
I mean, at least Regdar bolts up and says, I always wanted to die in my sleep, but not like this.
Regdar, you can't hear yourself because you're deafened.
Amlo, who's I think maybe the only person not deafened, is like, stop shouting!
Well, now that we're already deaf, can the thunder damage hurt us further?
That's if a tree falls in a chasm filled with fog.
We
happens?
got to get out of here.
All right, I guess we climb up the other side.
Carlos,
I think we climb up the
who
other
is
side.
fine, motions. Do we want to go up the other side?
Yeah,
or
I
back
think
up
that's
where
the
we
right
Yeah, let's
answer.
go to the other side.
All right.
All right, so
Also-
it takes you.
I am going to write a very stern review about this place.
On Yelp,
One star.
I'm going to invent Yelp and then write a stern review.
Hotels.com review
Just-
for chasm at
Yeah.
below fog in basement of cult.
Yeah, there's
it
not a lot of
sucked.
websites on Athos. Sand.com, Sands.com.
Well, you just got to go to the spiders and they write
yeah.
it into their webs.
Cankmilk.com.
The sandy spider.
Cankmilk.com is
All
the
right,
only
so
website.
we climb up on this south.
All right, everybody roll an athletics check just to be sure you can climb up. Not with advantage this time, just a pure athletics check.
14.
Got a
11.
17.
All right, everyone has successfully made the climb.
I'm amazed that Regdar made it up.
You did better than I did.
You are
I
on
rolled
the
a 3.
other side
He's
of the
motivated.
chasm, which I will call the murder chasm.
Wait, whoa! There's a sign on
the
this
whole
side
on
that
this
I
side,
gotta.
yeah.
The sign's on this side.
It says,
Yeah.
welcome to the murder chasm.
Hmm.
Make yourself at
Scenic
home.
view.
Yes, as
Yeah.
seen on Yelp.
Deposit corpses here.
1 star.
And you see there are really 3 ways you can go. There's this little alcove, and then one way that goes northernly and 2 southern routes.
It's usually warmer in the south, right?
Not in the southern
Yes.
hemisphere.
I hate everything about this place.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I also hate many, many things about this place.
Is this one of those movies where they pick us off one by one?
Yes.
Is that what this is?
Yep.
While we try to find a place to sleep?
Yes.
So I'm wondering if the passage north would take us back to the ice lake.
That
It's
seems plausible, yes.
Yeah.
Do we want to check out the south then?
Well, it
Yeah,
seems like the
let's
ice
stick
lake
together.
might provide a useful thing to sort of back up against so that people don't surprise us from that
What if
I
there's
just-
something
I'm
in
worried-
the ice
yeah.
lake?
Yeah, we need something that has no description for Scott.
You
All right.
enter
All
a void.
right, come on, everybody. We're going to jam ourselves all in this alcove.
Well,
Carlos,
I did mention
Carlos.
that there is a chasm that leads to the abyss. The abyss doesn't have a description, so
Other than the
I'm on
abyss.
Isn't the abyss a description?
Carlos, you want to roll a D2 to determine if we're going left or right down there?
Which way's left and which way's right?
He'll figure it out.
Sure. I'm going to flip a coin, and heads is left and tails is right, and it's heads, so left.
all right,
who's
which
left?
is
Left relative to our characters? Or
east
relative to
or
the map?
west?
Sage
East or
left,
west?
You
or
didn't say. I just flipped the coin, man.
all right. Flip a coin to determine if left is west or east.
we're going south. We're going southwest, people.
All right,
All right. Let's do that.
Southwest. Boop.
Southwest Ranch.
You are free to move about the cavern.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I see what you did there. So this tunnel curves up.
By up,
I
he
don't know.
means
Curves-
toward the north.
He means north.
Yes, to the north.
If you guys want, I can
That-
tiptoe down that way and see what's around the corner before you all run into it.
You know what?
It's a
Hey,
circle.
Hey. Oh.
Oh,
Right, that's a dotted line at the end.
There's
that-
a
Oh, that can't be
line.
bad.
A subterranean wind blows north up
what a
the tunnel.
surprise.
See, it says up the tunnel, carrying distant screams from the south.
Don't worry, that's us.
That's just us screaming. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yes.
Just wandering around going, ah!
This is the worst place we've been on Dark Side, and we have been to a lot of awful, awful places.
It's not a nice place.
Would you say that this screaming prevents us from sleeping?
Well, they're distant screams.
It's distant
so
screams.
I don't think so.
It's more like
Yeah,
white
I mean,
noise at this point, Tony.
Yeah, if you could stay in an in a hotel in New Jersey, this is.
I've been at worse Airbnbs.
All right, I'm also gonna go up the cavern and try to just see what's at the end here.
Up
right.
the cavern. Hey, tread carefully up there by that dotted line.
You don't see the dotted line. Use your imagination to pretend that it's not there. So
It's not there.
I'm imagining a dotted line.
So that dotted line is representing kind of a tunnel or a shaft, really, that is not at a great angle, and it appears to go up somewhere.
Oh.
Interesting.
I mean, up couldn't possibly be worse than down here, right?
Don't say that.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're kind
Okay.
of off the beaten path
No,
here,
no,
so-
no, he's right. It could not possibly be worse than down here.
How steep a grade are we talking here?
Not super steep. I mean, you could just walk up
B+.
it.
We
It
could
doesn't
walk. Okay.
require any
Could
climbing.
we sleep in the...
Yeah, that's great.
You might
until
roll
that
down.
giant,
Who has
that
the
giant
strongest legs?
boulder like rolls down it Indiana Jones style.
Oh,
and just
yeah. I was
crushes
thinking until
all
the
of us.
worm comes back and...
Also an
slides right-
option. I don't know. People want to go up, or people want to keep exploring this cavern of murders.
Let us get out of here.
I
We got to
think-
get out of here.
Yeah, up
I-
was not
I-
as terrifying as here.
All right, up the cavern we go.
All right, so you go up this kind of slope. It travels down for about maybe 50 feet, and then you are now at the bottom of a shaft that goes straight up, and the wind is howling. It sounds as though it is screaming. The pit walls are rough, and you could probably climb up them.
I jump and hold my hands out to the side.
Does it have to be lifted by the wind?
Yes.
You land back on the floor.
Do you have
that's
do you have a
disappointing.
spell that's the opposite of Featherfall?
Feather flight?
Rabbit jump.
All right, I'll try to climb the wall, and I'll tie a rope to myself just in case I get to the top.
Okay.
me tie rope. You hold on in case I fall. He says to the people below him. All right, that's not how that works.
Give
though.
me an athletics check.
25.
Whoa.
You climb the top of the rope. Not the top of the rope, the top of the shaft.
I reach. I got to the top.
I made it.
Sorry, I'm looking because you are now entering a part of the adventure that I did not prepare because I didn't think you'd do this.
You
So-
don't say.
Suck it!
You could have just let us rest in the fog cavern there, Scott. But no.
Oh yeah, now it's all my
That
fault.
would have been wrong.
It is all your fault.
This whole thing is your fault.
This is the second time you told me this, and I disagree with this premise.
Neither does Presta.
Oh, all right. So let me switch to.
I'm impressed with Scott's restraint in not having us discover somebody at the bottom of the chasm.
Randomly
that's like,
sitting
oh, hey,
there.
everybody.
Yeah,
Hi.
Yes.
I've been down here for
He's
ages.
just wandering around.
So you have entered F2.
Is there a
Yeah,
sign?
Yeah, you know
Go
what?
up
F you.
Which is the top of this dark shaft that wind is howling upon. The ceilings are about 15 feet high. There are clouds of black fog that kind of. Oh, did you have a torch with you, Ublal?
I mean,
Somebody-
I've got one. I can light one now.
All right.
I've got a whole kit, so I'm fine.
Actually, so you notice that there's a weird phosphorescent glow that lights this place dimly.
He leans over the cavern,
that's
the
perfect
shaft,
for
and
Umlaut.
yells, "It's glowy up here!" How far up was the shaft?
That shaft is 80 feet.
Okay, so that whole I'm gonna drop a rope down. It's not gonna play out well because I only got 50 feet of rope.
I'll
Well,
throw
as
up
you
another
as
50
you
feet.
got past like around 50 feet,
Uh,
I'm sure somebody down there could have tied two ropes together. I feel like that's not in the
Erica.
realm of
All four of them just watch the end of the rope.
Going up.
Actually,
There
come
he
to think of
goes.
it, that does sound a little bit
No.
more likely.
You're not that dumb.
Oh wait, I drop rope down. You tie second rope to it.
All right, are we climbing up here?
Yeah, I'll fasten a.
I don't see a lot of better options down there, so.
I don't know if Scott hasn't prepared this section. Perhaps there's some kind of bargain we can strike.
Well, let's see what you do, because there's something you could do. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But...
I will brace myself, having tied the rope around my waist, and use it to help somebody climb up.
All right, I climb up.
All right,
Do I have advantage?
Yes.
Okay, I don't need it anyway. That was 21.
I don't care for your advantage.
I'll roll again. I did need it.
I was
because
gonna
the other
say.
one was not good.
Everybody can climb up. It's fine. I don't
Yay.
want to kill anybody by falling down a shaft. You shouldn't even climb up. And now you are here.
Exasperation, our best weapon against the DM.
You could just say, "Oh," and you're out by where the genie was before, and just move to somewhere totally different.
No. And so you see what you see on the map, which is a room that you have just climbed out of a shaft that is kind of howling with some wind. You see 2 passageways.
Me think we should set up in here the howling shaft.
One, the passageway is actually a staircase that leads downwards, I think. Maybe. It's hard to tell.
Was there
Upwards?
a staircase next to the shaft, like in case of emergency?
You should have taken the stairs. You really should have.
No, the stairs lead to the shaft.
Okay.
And you see, this is, I suppose you'll take a moment to look at this staircase, and it is actually the skeleton of a giant worm that's fused to the sides of this long tunnel, disappearing into a nearly vertical tunnel 50 feet above the floor.
I told you there was a worm.
Wooden steps have been lashed to the bones, creating a makeshift staircase. Several odd backpacks lie in a pile on the floor at the foot of the stairs.
What is odd about them?
Yeah, that's a weird word.
The
to
fact that
describe
they're lying at the
backpacks.
foot of a worm
There are
staircase.
3, 5, or 7 of them?
There are... That's funny.
Nice.
There are 5 of them, and I will explain.
Well, there you go.
That seems odd. Let's see if they've got any juice boxes in them.
So you look at this thing, and it is... you open the backpack, and it has some kind of like a more material in it that looks like it could be deployed in some way.
What the hell does that mean?
Is it a parachute? It's a parachute.
It appears, if you knew what a parachute was, it looks like that.
Oh, me from the mountains. We big on base jumping.
All
Guys,
right, let's all gather
maybe-
around and we'll put Carlos
Maybe
in the middle
the
and we'll throw
Athasian
him up in the
Leonardo
air.
da Vinci invented parachutes in this cave, and we'll find him. And maybe he's played by Erica.
Agreed.
Well, I say we take them first of all.
Sure, why not?
You never
Are you
know
gonna
when
take
that
them?
might come in handy. I always wear a parachute for safety.
All right,
Okay,
well,
I'm gonna
you
take
have found
one.
yourselves 5 balloon packs.
That 5? That's a lot.
Well, it's a good thing one of us is dead.
Guys,
Otherwise, we'd be arguing over who doesn't get a balloon pack.
I just like to point out that Erica has been listening to us dither about for like 50 minutes now.
Actually, if she wasn't dead right now, we would need 7 of them, so it's even better.
That's all right. There's so much less pressure on me right now. I'm just kind of enjoying it much more than usual.
Wow.
Well, good.
Yeah, I was digging it last time when I was unconscious for half the adventure, so...
Yeah, us too.
That's funny.
It comes from a place of love.
Sure it does.
And down the stairs, I've
I've seen your place of love. I don't want any part of it.
You notice a circle.
I'll peek around the corner.
Circle.
I'm still
Another
Does anyone
dotted
want
line.
to look at what's up here, or do we want to just follow the stairs? There seems to be no consensus.
I've gone unconscious.
Yeah,
So I
we
wrote-
are bad at making decisions today.
Oh,
It turns
boy.
out that murdering one of us really instills a fear of,
Everything.
everything. Yeah.
Carlos goes down the steps.
Okay.
Okay. All
Excellent.
right. The
So
team follows.
You go down the steps, you see in this circle, it's a tunnel that continues. Remember, I have described the skeleton of the worm. The worm skeleton continues up this shaft, and it looks like it would be an easy climb.
So it continues upward?
That shaft goes up.
All right. Well, up. I still am a fan of up more than down.
I agree. I like
Down has not been good to us lately.
Yeah.
No, we've been down so long.
All right. Almost starts climbing.
All right. Give me a moment.
Well, this was an interesting little tidbit of a map we saw.
Yeah. Well, everybody write down where we parked, and we'll come back to the worm cave some other time.
Yeah, let's not come back to the worm cave.
I'm trying to be a good guest.
Hey!
Whoa!
This looks familiar.
Oh no, are there people going to try to kill us when we emerge here?
Where are we, though?
Does anybody remember when I say, please give me a moment?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
You find
Scott
yourself
puts
in
up
a
a-
murder
I was
hall.
more of a
Explain yourself immediately.
That was more of a hypothetical. Where are we?
Oh, all right. I thought these. Oh, I don't need to move Presta. Sorry, Presta.
Because you asked if. I mean, we clearly didn't come out where we went in, right? So
That is correct. You would have recognized it. Even you people would have recognized that.
Yeah, we should be a ways to the south.
that makes sense.
All right. I don't know if you can all see yourselves now, but you are in an area marked A20,
I see it. Yeah, over on the east,
above the genie.
above the genie.
Yeah, that genie was useless.
So you have just climbed out of the skeletal head of a great worm, its mouth
As you
agape,
do.
and which leads to a large unlit room that is empty, save for that one feature.
Question: is this a doorway here? Oh yeah, it is a hallway. Okay, and that's open. It leads out elsewhere. Like
it
there's not
leads
a door
out.
or anything.
There is no door.
Well, can't sleep here either. Then.
Good news is we don't have to listen against it.
Someone want to creep out to the end of that hallway and take a look around?
Sure,
Who's our
I'll do
creep?
it.
Ah,
Bugs love to creep. All right, I'm creeping. Stealthily.
it's a
Still
B&B,
wondering if that-
isn't it?
Still wondering if that genie grants wishes.
Not to you.
Not
We freed him.
So you are now. Remember, the temple is actually an old subterranean city, and so as you creep out that doorway, it's really kind of an alleyway, and you look upon a building that was once seems to be a dwarven hall for feasting. Old, well, you can't see inside it though.
Okay.
'Cause there are doors. But let me reveal some things.
The placement of... Oh. How did we go south and end up north?
Yeah,
Well, they're not directly overlaid.
We got all turned around in the
In the worm?
in the twisty
The worm turns.
twisty panel. Yeah, the worm did turn.
As the worm
turns.
My favorite soap opera.
It's the best Athasian one
It's
for
the
sure.
number
Yeah,
one
it's-
out the soap opera. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sand opera, really.
So we
All
need
my
to
three cream.
find.
Oh.
What we need is a room that has a closable door.
I mean, there's several doors I can see down at the end of the
And
hall.
an opposable door.
But are those all connected to that big dwarven feasting hall thing? They're in that building that Scott just described as a former dwarven feasting hall? No?
Yes.
Maybe? Okay.
Yeah, but that was
they
when
are.
the dwarves lived
it
here
seems
before.
not unlikely that might be repurposed to
Well, let's
house
listen.
some of the people
Let's
down
listen
here.
at a door and see if it sounds like there's a lot of raucous stuff going on in there. And if
All right.
so, we'll move on to another one. We're trying to
What
find
if they
a door.
turned it into a
to make it
library
quiet.
and they're just being really quiet?
All right, I'm listening to the door.
Give me a listen
The
check.
southern door here. What is a listen check? Perception.
Perception.
That is 15.
You hear chanting.
Oh, great.
Oh boy!
Oh, the chanting.
We burst in and say, "We're here for the concert." We're all bedraggled.
I cannot
Covered
believe the
in
day we
blood.
have had.
We're
I
down
have my
one
flute.
I've got a whistle.
We're all
We're chant
bloody.
inspectors.
We're changed inspectors. Can we listen at these other doors?
those doors are
The other doors, all the doors are connected to the same place.
Oh boy! Okay.
What about around the corner up here?
Where Fudge is made?
I shouldn't laugh at that.
No.
that is an.
I shouldn't have said it.
Let me reveal that room that is empty.
Okay.
There we are. It's not really a room, right? Because it's kind of an outdoor thing. There's these low walls that kind of separate the area, but
Or like an arcade.
exactly. Don't
But
set
the
it on
bad,
fire.
the bad kind of arcade.
Yeah, not the good kind with games and stuff.
Oh, there are games in there.
Deadly game.
Does this continue on? Is this an inset for the just a map question? Is that an inset where the throne room thing was?
Yes, that's an inset. So this it ends. There's a wall here.
Got it. Do we continue? You guys want to continue around?
I think we gotta.
Can we get back to the barracks somehow?
That would be nice.
It's
We do
kind
that,
of
but we have to go past the
far.
pyramid, and they may be
Yeah.
looking. They may be angry at us for.
You don't
ruining
think they're
the-
just patiently looking down the
You
pit?
think?
Yeah, I was gonna say, could we just come up behind
We
them as
just-
they're looking down the pit and be like, "Yeah, it looks like a long way down."
Yeah, they're probably.
They're
totally
probably,
gonna come
they're
back
probably.
up
It's
that
all
way.
of us. It's all of us
I-
just with fake mustaches. Yes, they
Yeah.
are dead down there.
The guy. on the
But
griffin
no,
is gonna
they're
be-
probably dying slowly. I certainly wouldn't look around. Just really focus straight down the pit is what I'm saying.
North.
Yep.
Sure.
All right, go around the corner here.
Okay. So
Peek around the corner. Peek around the corner.
it continues.
All right. We peek around this corner.
I
Hmm.
have something to read.
Is there anything north? Is there anything
Mhm.
north from here?
Suddenly we're a party of Skeksis.
The worn image of a smiling dwarf on the face of a coin is stamped into the flagstones that pave this plaza. An old sign bearing the same image hangs above the door of a large hall in the center of the plaza. This hall looks like it may be an old dwarven feasting hall.
You don't say.
I do say. I said it twice.
Twice.
I say. Anything to the
say, I
north
say.
around the corner here?
Yes.
A wall.
Hmm.
It's something.
Okay.
Hmm.
So the problem is, if we go south, we're gonna run into those guys.
Yeah.
What if Erica is one of those Kenku? Erica, if you're a Kenku, you have to caw. Please. That's...
Oh,
right,
Kenku
if I
are
am, I
the
will.
Kenku is a playable race.
Do you guys think we could like hide in one of these arcade sections and like sleep?
Didn't he said like low walls, right?
I did.
So that's
Oh,
yeah,
low
that's
walls,
not.
okay.
Yeah, they're not even a room, and they are literally next to the place where people are chanting.
Plus, the attraction
Could
of
we-
Pac-Man is going to keep us awake.
Yeah.
Could we go back to where we came out of the tunnel and just keep an eye on the hallway?
Or and the tunnel? I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
can.
true.
I mean,
But
we can't-
climbing up that tunnel seems hard. That actually it seems.
I
like,
think that's the best of the places we have access to. That
Yes.
definitely seems like the
I think we all
least-
agree that everything is awful.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is awful.
And we've got people who can keep watch in case there's a problem. I think there's no
I
harm
mean,
in trying.
again, everyone can keep. Yeah, watch is not a problem. It's just a question of whether or not we manage to complete our sleep.
Have
Well,
I mentioned
without
that I'm
let's
being
give it a
interrupted?
try.
Yeah, I think
We
we're
are
gonna need-
probably
I think we
pretty
need to
wiped
try.
out at this point too, because I mean, in addition to our hit points, like we tried to sleep in a chasm and have then since climbed up like several stories worth of tunnels.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to try it.
All right.
Retreat.
Well, what about this other little area between there and the feasting hall? It's got two doorways.
This area?
Yeah.
The walls
The
there
walls are low.
They're not actual like
Oh,
wall walls.
got it.
They're the bad kind of walls.
All right, so as you're going back towards A20, which is the room with the skeletal worm head,
Conveniently named.
the door to the feasting hall opens, and
Oh, no.
out walks someone who's wearing a cultist robe. It's a tiefling, and she kind of sees you. You never told me you were sneaking, so she sees you walking nonchalantly.
I
down.
grab her and put a hand over her mouth.
No, we're still wearing initiate's robes, and
Are we?
This-
Are we still wearing
Ah,
initiates?
why wouldn't we be?
We're very
Yeah.
bloody.
They're
and
dirty.
and gross,
They're
though,
tattered.
yeah.
That you are.
Nope.
So did you?
Hey, you would not believe the day we've had.
What?
What is that voice? And Umlal, are you?
It's
Are
only
you?
accent I can do.
Are you grappling the cultist?
Are we? So clarify before I do that. Are we dressed as cultists?
Yeah, you have tattered robes on.
Okay.
They're-
in that
they're
case,
full
Are
of
they
gore.
colored at this point?
before I grab her.
Oh,
yeah,
no, they are
I will.
red.
Carlos's robe is fine, by the way.
I will let someone talk us out of this if they think that's gonna help. Otherwise, I'm
I
grabbing
just-
her. Those are your options.
They're both bad options. I'm
Yep.
just saying.
And she
Can we just
says,
keep a low profile?
"Oh." She closes the door. She looks at you all, and she sighs and says,
You guys. Okay, I close the door behind me. I look over my shoulder, and Scott, is there a place that I know that I can take them right away?
Dan, snap her neck.
I was gonna say I grab her and snap her neck at once. I'm really glad I did that. It almost happened.
A second tiefling walks through the door and says, "You guys."
"You guys again." So yes, you
Us
know,
guys,
you
we not who you think we. Oh God.
there are the dormitory rooms that you rested in previously that you would know about. And you will. The problem with that, though, is you have to go through the plaza.
There's a long way to go.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you'll have to kind of explain why you're doing it. But that's really the only place that is nearby. Well, you would know. Well, no, you wouldn't want to go in
What
there.
about the wormhead room? Like the room alcove? Like, do I think that that plan was actually a decently safe one, considering how often people go in there, or is it regularly?
Well, you would think that. So
Patrolled.
on this plaza, I think you've seen this plaza. Well, your character has seen this plaza. There's the plaza with a large. Oh no, everyone has seen it with the big statue of the dwarf with
Right,
the. So there's that plaza is surrounded by shops that have been long abandoned, and you could probably rest in one of those shops.
I would like to say,
Okay.
who the hell are you?
All right. Let's say, I'm your contact. Mashasta told me you were on your way, and we need to get you guys hidden.
We had a
ASAP.
contact?
So follow me. And I just turn around and start walking.
All right.
And
so you've been-
Shara, you recognize her.
Okay.
Now you recognize her basically as someone who has worked for Mashtaka, who is the Templar from Tyr who has sent you here. You don't know her particularly well. You know her kind of professionally in
Okay.
passing. But
All right. Well, I
All right.
follow
So
her.
I'm just gonna like gesture. Come on, and start following.
Wait, use other half of code phrase. Monkey shine in moonlight.
What's happening?
I don't know.
We follow her.
We follow her.
Monkey
Yeah.
Shines is right. All right. So then,
It okay, she check out.
all right, I will walk up here and look around the
You
corner.
sure she not
since
mimic?
If anybody sees me, I can talk my way out of it.
okay, yep, nobody's there.
All right. And then around to this corner.
Somebody
Nobody's
want to
there.
prestidigitate our robes clean real fast?
I don't know if that's a
Does
thing I
anybody
can
have
do.
prestidigitation?
I mean,
I
I
don't.
think Regdar
Sounds like a
prestidigitated us once.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Hector's like, I don't know.
I'm real tired, guys. It's been a long day, and now we have a friend. This is not.
Shut up and
I-
clean my robe.
So I do using a cantrip.
Yeah.
So you peer around there, you see the several streets converge on this plaza, in the center of which is this large statue of, you assume, a dwarven god. And there are two initiates, a sky weaver, as you would know, and two kenku just kind of hanging out there.
Okay.
I would like to telepathically
So there's
let
a
this
door-
tiefling know that these people have seen us before.
You could also just whisper.
Oh,
to
yeah.
it.
Yes.
I'm like 30 feet away.
So there are, now you would know, Erica, your character, would know that all those doors that you see lead into abandoned empty shops, and they are all
Okay.
buildings that are fairly intact.
All right.
And wouldn't
So
look at all
I will-
suspicious to be going into.
I will actually, I'm going to telepathically communicate with everybody in the party, turn around and say, okay,
Get out of my head!
I'm going to create a distraction. And when everybody looks away, there's a door to the north. Go through that door. And there's nothing behind there. It's just an abandoned shop, and hopefully we can keep you guys out of sight. Got it?
So
You can-
I'm
you
gonna
can
go
actually
down the
reply to
hall
me.
and
Oh.
make it what?
Almost says out loud. Okay.
I'd like to point out that we're great at first impressions.
Carlos gives a thumbs up.
Just like real life.
Yes,
He
even
gives a
after you
thumbs up
say,
while thinking the image of a thumbs up in his head.
Ooh.
Does that mean
this
something
is-
else to tieflings?
she is
No, I
deeply
give
offended.
you a thumbs up back. That's nice work, guys. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the corner and talk to these guys and say, why are you guys still here?
And the Kenku say, "Why are you guys still here?" in your voice. And one of the
So they're the
initiates comes
worst.
over and says, "What are you talking about? This is where we're supposed to be here."
That's not what I heard. I was just talking to insert name of important person here. And I
Tom.
heard you guys were supposed to be heading for the
Wind Harrow.
the south side of the
Wind
temple.
Harrow.
There was some kind of kerfuffle going on, and some people were running around, and I thought
Kerfuffle?
you guys were supposed to be over there.
I did hear about some kind of kerfuffle. Roll deception check, please.
All right, and I have my my discipline up, so I get advantage on that.
Oh.
So that is a 16.
Alrighty. Well, he says, "Well, where exactly was this? I don't want to disappoint Wind Harrow."
The south side of the temple, the pyramid.
The pyramids. All right, and they all start to the hurricane, which is the kind of like the monkish guy, seems to be in charge, and says, "Well, you've heard the lady. Let's go check out this temple here, the south side." Everybody continues. The Kenku make the noises of boots receding down the hallway.
All right. I'm like, all right, everybody, go.
And now let's just see if they.
I don't trust her. She seems competent.
You open the door. The door is unlocked. Boop. Everybody's in.
Yep.
Excellent.
Waiting for the loud, thunderous noise that makes our ears bleed.
That was a totally different place.
Those happen everywhere.
So this is there are carvings above each door that indicate the former occupant's profession. This one seems to was formerly a tailor shop. And when you go inside, it is now just a rubble-strewn room.
Oh, good. 3 doors
Reminds
to
me of
defend.
home.
There seems to be
And-
some tattered clothing on the floor, a cloak, and that's it.
Is it a tattered gray cloak?
It is. it is. It does look like it's gray.
Hey, new contact lady. Do you know
Okay.
what's beyond that
And
door to
who-
the north?
And who are you?
Hi. Sorry I didn't have time to introduce myself before, but I didn't
Before you
want
say
anybody
just thank you.
to run afoul of us. I am Zotasha. I've been here in deep cover for several months. Mashasta sent me a while back, and let me tell you, this place sucks. I cannot wait to get out.
It does. We figured that one out ourselves.
These people are awful. But I've seen you sort of wandering around, and I thought maybe you could use some help. So
We
looks like you've gotten
desperately need any kind of help.
kind of beat up.
Yeah, our old cannon fodder just died, so we could use another one.
Oh, too soon.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So this might be old news to Shara, but what's your mission here? I mean, what's the plan?
Well, turns out there are 4 elemental cults. This is only one of them, and each one is led by a prophet who is wielding a very powerful magical weapon, like an artifact. And all of them want to open a portal to their respective elemental planes and basically just bring their elemental patrons to Athos so that they can rule with no interference, which, would not be great. We don't want to open portals to other planes that A, shouldn't be possible, and B, would be bad. And Tyr just got rid of a sorcerer king, so, we don't want to give up rule to some crazy elemental cultists, especially guys like these. And then so my job has been to find out as much information as I can and figure out if it's possible to steal at least the artifact here back, which is a spear called Wind Vein. I've found out the names of the other ones as well, but obviously they're not here.
Do you know anything about these rocks that they're using to channel power?
Scott? I don't. Well, I do know that. So each cult has its own temple where they're all trying to bring their patrons onto this plane. But they also need to go to something called the Fane of the Eye to complete their plan. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Some sort of confluence of elemental energies.
Oh, and you would actually know something else, so that each cult has a node that they have that's attuned to their element, and that is where they will do the summoning for each of their...
Do I know where the node is here?
You do. It is, there's this shaft in the center of the pyramid. And if you go down it, you will enter a catacomb of caverns. And down there is the node. And furthermore, you know that, Ashari or whatever has gone down there, and it seems like she's starting the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So-
we were
Which you
just
guys
down
knew
there.
that.
It's not a good place.
I wouldn't have actually been down there, though, would I have?
No.
No, we have that information.
Do you happen to know if this ritual takes longer than 6 hours to 8 hours?
That's a good question.
Well, it's, you do not know how long it takes. So
Yeah,
no.
I have
I'm not
no
sure
idea.
it matters, because if we don't rest, we're going to die anyway. So.
Yes, for
Yeah.
gameplay, you can rest.
Yes.
Because you'll all die if you don't.
Rest time, and thus ends the quest for rest.
That's right.
So this seems like a good time. Scott, we get to level up eventually, right?
Yeah, you will get to level up, not right now. Actually, after you finish this section, you should level up, but not quite yet.
I just noticed looking at our
If.
emails that we leveled up a year ago. I think that was the last time.
Yeah, well, you haven't done enough to level up.
Yeah, right?
I feel like I've done a lot.
Done a lot of
I've lived some
wandering.
lifetimes,
We have
man.
killed a lot of
true.
potential allies since then.
It's
We've wandered
true.
around an awful lot. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we long resting?
Sorry, long
Yeah.
rest.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I can tell you. I
man.
can tell you what my character looks like if you care.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am a tiefling. So obviously I have horns. They're like sort of like little spirally horns, like an antelope, but they like swing back so that I can pull up a hood, and it's not obvious that I have horns. My skin is like a reddish brown, but a little too red for it to be like normal human skin, and then black eyes, all black. And of course a tail that whips around when I am agitated, if I'm not paying attention. It's whipping around right now. Oh, and long purple hair, dark purple hair.
Nice.
FYI, as a unfortunate reminder for everybody, if you've used your hit dice, you only get half your hit dice back, rounded down.
That is true.
Which sucks. I have 2 now. Better than 0, but not that much.
I did not realize it wasn't going to be all of them. I have 2 also.
Yep.
So. Yep.
Now at least got hit points back.
Captain Scott returns to the orange chair. So it's agreed then. We will overthrow Scott, and oh no!
Does one of you want to be the DM? I'm fine. Give me your character.
Nope.
So before you do your long rest, are you going to search the room, or what are you doing? Tell me.
I'll search the room because I don't need a rest right now, so I can keep a watch.
All right. Well, as you are searching through the room, you find some kind of old cloth and tattered remains of various clothing items. But you also see one cloak that seems to
Less
be
tattered and less gray.
Yes, and as you're like, ooh, look, let me take a look at this cloak. It attacks you.
Great.
We're not rested yet, is what I hear.
You are not rested yet.
Okay.
I'm assuming a 13 does not hit.
It does not.
Zatasha. But yeah, so you reach out to touch it, and this thing kind of unfurls, and turns out it has a mouth. And,
God, no.
It is gonna.
You didn't ask if it was a mimic.
I
That's
didn't.
right.
No, I'm new. I didn't know that was a thing that I had to do.
And this
in
is
order to.
This is not a mimic, but another wonderful D&D creature called a cloaker that looks indistinguishable from a cloak until you touch it, and then it wants to kill you.
Great.
So you should roll initiative, everybody.
Evolutionarily, this creature makes no sense.
Sure, why wouldn't we?
I feel like having done something like this just now, I fit in. I fit in with the party.
Yeah, good job. Welcome.
That's right. This is how this usually goes. So don't worry. And well, I shouldn't tell you this, so I'm not going to.
No, maybe you should.
Well, I will tell you. This is the only one of these rooms that has anything in it.
Of course it is.
Everything else is completely empty. So you are all kind of settling down for the night. Your new friend Zotasha says, well, before we settle down, let me just check out what's here. I haven't been in this room. She is then attacked by something that appears to be a harmless cloak. Dan, roll initiative.
That's a lie, but I felt like I needed an answer.
Roll
So
initiative.
we have not rested yet, technically.
Oh, look.
So.
And you have not rested yet. And so, Dan, while you were gone, Zotasha has checked out the room, found a beautiful cloak that turned out to be a cloaker that tried to eat her. And now it is,
And you're saying that was
Ketchkaster.
before we rested?
This is
Yeah.
before we rested.
Yeah.
I already
yes.
restored all my stuff.
Well, just go with it.
All right.
Maybe we can take it out really fast.
That's right. Steve. Ketchka.
Yes.
You're in the corner about to settle down, although you are sleepless, and you see this large.
Did I mention that already?
You did.
Okay.
And
Is
I
that
will-
thing really that large? It appears to be.
It is a very large. It keeps unfurling itself.
he did
more
say
and
unfurled,
more of it.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to viciously mock it.
It kind of looks like a cloak with a head on it.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip and just about the only thing I can do. And so this cloak must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. What's my DC? I failed.
16. Oh, wow. Okay. Doesn't take a lot of damage, but that actually is really not a lot of damage. It takes all of 2 psychic damage, but it does have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
2. Oh, that's good.
Because I just insulted it mightily.
That's right.
I said, you're done, colored.
Did it look like it actually took that psychic damage?
Yes.
Awesome.
You say your mother was a vest. Umlal. It's your turn.
Amlal is getting his eyes are
Oh.
just about to close.
Umlal.
And his eyes shoot open and he jumps up, pulls out his greatsword and yells, "Die, mimic, die!"
And it says, I'm not a mimic, technically. I'm a cloaker.
How does
It's
he say that
clearly
through a
related
mouthful
to
of
mimics.
Greatsword. No, it's only 13 though.
13 will miss.
But I'm level 5, so I get another shot at it. How about 15?
A 15 will hit.
Yeah, 16 damage.
All right, the cloaker does not like it. Carlos. Everybody's attacking a cloak. What do you do?
I'm going to attack the cloak too. I rolled a 14.
That will hit a cloak.
Yeah.
Just find a loose thread and pull.
A 12 will not.
That just makes it bigger, Steve. It's still like
That's right.
animated.
Oh, no.
It'll just
Be
strangle
attacked
you
by
with
a
that,
really long
that
string.
string.
That's 11 damage.
All right. Boop. Shara, there's a cloaker. It's been beaten up a little bit.
All right. I
So
look
next
at
to
it
you.
wearily. Pull out my sword.
Just wanted to sleep.
And- Yeah, I just wanted to sleep. 20 versus AC.
That will hit.
Okay. And I think I should have refreshed my memory, but where is it? Where I get my extra sneak attack?
Yes, you get sneak attack.
I get sneak attack. All right, and that gives me an extra 1d6. All right. Okay, here we go. That's 9 points of damage.
Alrighty. And now it is the cloaker's turn. Carlos is the one that's done the most damage, I think. So it tries to bite Carlos.
Call that it has disadvantage on this attack.
It will. I did not recall that, but now I do. Let's see. I miss Carlos. And then is
I
it just
missed him
on?
too.
On its next
Yes.
attack, right? Okay, so then it has a tail as well, so it whips its tail at
That doesn't
Amal.
necessarily mean it's bad.
A cloak with
True.
a tail.
Is it like a belt or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to picture it.
It's use your imagination.
Tails.
14, I'm sure will miss.
Nope.
Will not miss?
No, it will miss.
All right. Zotasha.
I say, oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. This is really embarrassing. So I'm going to use a bonus action to.
It's cool.
We've had worse.
This stuff
Switch
happens
my-
all the time.
Discipline to my intellect fortress, just in case it attacks me again. And then I will use a mind thrust, but I'm actually going to spend 5 psi points to boost the damage that it does because I'm really embarrassed by this. And see if I hit.
Well, she's doing all sorts of stuff that we don't recognize, guys.
It's true. She's
Interesting.
just looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it very, very crossly.
Oh.
And it uses its intelligence instead of its AC, and that is a 17.
That will hit.
All right. So that's 15 points of damage.
Goodness, it takes a lot of damage, and it kind of shudders and falls to the ground.
Remind me never get on her bad side.
Yeah.
I fired acid splash at it because I haven't gotten to do anything.
Okay.
Now there's a puddle of acid in the middle of our sleeping area.
Can never be
that'll
too
that'll
sure.
make our nap time.
Oh, wait. Now we have another giant shaft that goes down somewhere.
And now that cloak is ruined. Thanks, Regdar.
It was never a cloak to begin with.
Now the cloaker is dead, and you can rest uneventfully.
All right.
And hopefully,
Yay!
because we sent those people far away, that sounds of battle did not do anything bad.
Correct. That is the good thing about doing it very quickly. And I assume at some point, there's another door. Someone opens it. It's another empty room, so you can spread out if you want. There's an empty closet up here.
Almost
And
sleeps in the closet.
there you are. You are rested,
Nobody puts them all in a closet. Wait,
except for Omal.
yeah.
I'll put myself in closet.
Sure, it's not a mimic.
I checked. I asked every part of the closet.
What if the whole temple is a big
Every
mimic?
Oh. And so 8 hours passes, and you
What
are
if,
rested.
Tony, we're the mimics?
All along.
The mimic was inside us all along.
Oh, dear God, get it out.
You thought it was your spleen.